Yeah, thank you. Thank you for being here. Appreciate all the media coming in from Dothan, Montgomery, and all the areas in between. Great day for not only our football program but Troy University to get to 11 wins, 21 out of our last 26 games we've won. There's not many programs doing that. And very appreciative of our administration, very appreciative of our fans, our coaching staff, most of all our players. You win games because of players, and we had guys that showed up and played extremely well. They bought into the process 3 years ago. They paid the price in year one, and then they've reaped the benefits over the last 2 years. And today was kind of a microcosm of our season, honestly. We're sitting here 11-2, and I said this in maybe the same chair a couple days ago, is this season has been up and down. It hadn't always been easy. It's been hard, and you grow through hard times. And today we got off to a really fast start, hit a lull, had some turnovers, but then came out in the second half and really dominated the second half of the football game. And I thought this was a program win. You know, I thought it was critical that the Sun Belt Conference had a win over the Conference USA. I think it says a lot about our program. We had 7 guys going into the game out in our 2 deep, and then DeAndre Douglas gets hurt on the very first kickoff return. So we have 8 guys within our 2 deep that don't play in the game. And for us to have the next man up mentality and go up and perform well and win versus a really good team. Because let me tell you, North Texas is a good football team. They had some turnovers today. We were able to get pressure. Thought defensively our ability to get pressure on the quarterback was probably the difference in the game. We forced some turnovers because of that. But Seth Luttrell is doing an incredible job. 2 years in and 2 bowl games and doing things, and that program's just getting started. And that quarterback is a tough dude. And I enjoyed watching him play, and I'll pull for him and for Seth and that program moving forward. So with that, I'll open up to questions.
Just a reminder, keep your questions to student-athletes first, and Coach after the end.
Yeah, Josh, Coach mentioned next man up. You were one of the next man up today. Just talk about your performance. You had the 2 quick touchdowns and a really strong first half.
I knew initially I wanted to get off to a good start, and just to prove that, since Jordan was down, that, like you said, next man up, I just want to get off to a good start, and that's exactly what happened.
This could be for any of y'all. What was the message at the locker room? Y'all looked like y'all were about to put them away in the second quarter, but then a bad snap happens, and it turns into a touchdown, and it's a 2-point game. What was the message at the locker room, and how were y'all able to take care of business in the third quarter?
Coach Brown's message was just like it wasn't going to be easy, so we just had to come out and keep fighting. And I think we were all playing hard, and defensive-wise, I think we were just making small mistakes that was hurting ourselves. And Coach Vic just told us from a defense standpoint to look in the mirror and just stop making the simple mistakes. And I think we just locked in and dialed in, and we got it going.
Nicholas Lewis with Forgotten5.com. This is for Brandon and Damian. So y'all had those injuries coming into the game, a wide receiver, and then a little more as the game got started. So how did that affect how y'all got the passing game going, and then how helpful was that to get that rhythm going between the two of y'all as the game went on?
Like you said, it's next man up. That's what Coach Brown preaches all year. If someone goes down, the next man's up. DeAndre went out the first. We already, shorthanded with receivers. DeAndre goes out the first kick return. I told Damian, hey, I'm coming to you. Hey, just do what you do and catch that ball, and he did.
Yeah, we basically played 2 guys almost every snap. I don't know. I haven't seen a stat sheet, so I don't know how many snaps we played. But John Johnson at our X position and then Damian Willis at our Z position basically played every snap. Every snap. Alvin Bryant got us a few snaps on some motion plays, but those 2 guys played about every snap, and then Damian obviously played really, really well, and he practiced well coming into the game. Did not play as well as he wanted to or as well as we wanted him to against Arkansas State, but he bounced back today in a big way. I think it's a good indicator what kind of 2018 season he's going to have.
Hey, Josh, is there a better way for you to end your Trojan career than a 100-yard performance on one of the biggest stages?
Can you repeat that?
I said, is there a better way for you to end your Trojan career than your first 100-yard performance on one of the biggest stages?
Yeah, I don't think you could really. I don't think you really go out any other way. Really, it was just one of those. Today was just a memorable moment for me in itself. That's something that I've always wanted to do, running the football, even this season and last season. I wanted to at least get over 100 yards, and that goal was achieved today.
Justin, he deserved what he got today. While we wish that Jordan could have been able to play, when we knew he wasn't going to play, as disappointed I was for Jordan, I was probably just that excited for Josh because over the last 6 games of the season, he's played at a really high level, and he's going to get an opportunity to play at the next level just like Jordan is. And he practiced well, and to nobody's surprise on our football team, did he come through for us today.
Hey, Brandon, Rod Walker with the New Orleans Advocate. I got a chance to talk to Archie during the second quarter, but he told me he texted you before the game. What did that mean to you, and also just what was it like playing in the
it meant a lot. His name is in that dome. He just says, go get him today, and he texted me actually after the LSU game as well. So, he follows me, and that's his. I'm just honored for him, to follow my career and follow this year.
And the second part of that was just playing in New Orleans, the city that you visited a lot as a kid. What was that like for you to actually play in this building today?
Yeah, it was great. Obviously, you didn't want to come in here and lose, and that'd be worse. So, thank God we won the game, and it was great. You just looking up, just knowing where you sat at before for the games. Sat at a few Sugar Bowls 2 years ago when Alabama and Ohio State were playing. So, just being on that field today is just going to bring great memories for a long time.
Damien, first of all, if you played every snap today, how tired are you right now? And second off, to go out there and really get off to that fast start, I think you had the 3 big catches on the first drive. What did that do for your confidence, kind of getting that thing rolling?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, once I caught the first pass, I just knew it was going to be a really good day. The way Coach Brown, he was getting me the ball. I mean, it was really a confidence booster. And plus, Brandon, he's a great quarterback. You see, it's like he throws the ball where only you can catch it, the defender can't catch it. So I just knew today was really going to be a good day.
You tired after playing all day?
I'm a little tired.
How many snaps did you actually sit out?
Not many.
Not many. I can't really. I say about 6 if I want to count. But I'm pretty good though right now. We just won. We was in the locker room turning up.
Brandon, Paul Boron from Cox Sports Television back here in the back. Just talk about not only the start to the game, but the start to the second half, getting those opening drives for touchdowns.
Yeah, we didn't like how we finished the second quarter. We had a chance to blow, open the game up and blow them out early in the second quarter, and we didn't finish our second quarter like we should have. But then, we chilled out. We're a veteran group, and I played. We've all played ball together for a long time. Me, Josh, and Jamal down there. I played with Damien 1 year, but we played. I think I came earlier. Me and Jamal came in together, but we've been playing together for 4 years now. So we're a veteran group, and we knew what we had to do, and we came out hot. That went on from there.
Jamal, talk about the defense a little bit. You guys had 5 turnovers, but you forced the first one. How big was that coming out of the gate to force that turnover, and then later on in the game just continue to kind of pressure them on defense?
It was good. I think it was a big momentum play. It was a turnover play, so it changed the game, and we got the ball back. And I just think that fueled some fire. When I think we kept getting after that quarterback, and like Coach Brown said, credit to that quarterback. He is tough, and I made sure I told him after the game that he was very tough and to keep getting after it. But Coach Vic just dialed up some nice plays, and we were able to get pressure. So.
Jamal, one more here for you. Nicholas, forgotten 5. Was there anything particular y'all saw out there? You were really filling up the stat sheets, sacks, forced fumbles, tackles for loss. Was there anything particular that y'all were doing defensively or y'all getting from them schematically on that offense side of the ball that was really giving y'all the opportunities to get in the backfield and get that pressure?
No, not really. We all trying to make plays. That's why I really think it's just not a dominant guy on that defense because everybody makes plays and everybody's trying to get to the quarterback and do their job and everybody wants to contribute. So we all just getting after it, and congratulating when one makes the play and he's trying to make the next play.
Vic does a great job creating movement. We did a couple things in this game that we hadn't done this season, and we've recruited well and our guys have developed. I think our defensive line coaches have done a nice job. And we've got a solid 2 deep there on the defensive line, and they're able to stay rested, and they were able to win a lot of one-on-ones today too.
Brandon, Gulf Coast Media. You're now the Troy Trojans' career touchdown leader. What is it like to accomplish this in your last game as a Trojan?
Anytime you pass up Corey Robinson and anything, it's a great, I have a lot of respect for Corey and what he did, and just even passing him a little bit, that's a great deal for me. But I've had, for the last 4 years, I've had some great teammates around me, so credit to them too.
You got your yardage, you got your yardage, but really how much did the defense help y'all in the third quarter, specifically with 2 short fields, get y'all untracked and get this game out of hand?
Well, defense was playing lights out all year. We wouldn't have won a few games if they weren't, lights out. And they had 5 turnovers, and they carried us the whole year. Those turnovers are really, really good for us. We had 2 turnovers ourselves, kind of really, the snap and the pick, that was back-to-back, so that wasn't good. And for a little bit, they held us in the game for a little bit, and later in the game, we took care of it, and they finished it.
The big thing, Jeremy, was that we didn't do early in the year is we did something with the turnovers. We scored touchdowns off the turnovers where early in the year, and really during the middle part of the year, our defense was creating takeaways, but we weren't following through with points, and I thought that was critical today because I think takeaways is one thing, but you got to be able to turn them into something, and we were able to do that today.
All right, last 2 questions for players here and here, and we'll discuss the players. Take questions for coach.
All right, Brandon, you started off the game 10 for 10. What was going through your mind when you were making those what was going through your mind with that quick start, going 10 for 10 to start the game, getting Troy off to a good start? What was going through your mind?
You got to keep going, try to go, 10 for 10, 15 for 15, 20 for 20, and so on. So, I don't really think about that. I felt good all week, felt good coming in the dome, and, obviously I was feeling it a little bit, but, try not to make an incomplete pass, but, it happens. But I just felt good starting off.
All right, last question back here.
Coach, back here.
They got players, and then we'll
players.
Questions for players. Any more questions for players? All right, Rod will be the last one right here in front. Rod.
Thanks, Coach.
Sorry, we'll get you in a second. Oh. Sorry, Rod. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. Damian, when Brandon tells you, I'm coming to you, all week long, I know it was, Coach and everybody was saying, well, Damian and DeAndre have to step up, and then DeAndre goes down on the opening kickoff. Before even that first drive, what was your mindset? How aggressive were you coming into this game?
I never flinched. Coach always say, next man up. We had a great practice in the dome all week, so I knew today was really going to be a good game. I hated that DeAndre went down, but like Coach said, you can't flinch, and I think I didn't flinch today.
Thanks, guys. Good job.
Thank you, Leon Smith. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Congratulations. Great season. Questions for Coach?
Coach, back here. If we were going to meet on Monday, which I don't know if we will, but you would break down all 3 phases of the game. Do you think this was a complete game from your team?
Yeah, it was. And, I think the only area we really struggled on was kickoff cover. And Bratcher is battling an injury, our kicker, and he struggled today, and it showed. But really a program win in every facet today.
Coach, you've harped all year about how your team needs to close out games in the third quarter. How would you rate their performance in the third quarter?
Today, down the stretch, we've played well. We got a touchdown call back versus Idaho, or we would have closed that out in impressive fashion as well. So I think once we had the hiccup there, and after the LSU game, I think our kids have stepped up and really played like I expected them to play coming into the year. I'll say this too, but I want to make an observation. Y'all have asked a lot, the guys that cover us, about Brandon Silvers. And, his touchdown numbers were down, but he played at an extremely high level this year. And I've said that. I thought national audience saw that. The NFL people have taken notice of that. For him not to make an all-conference team I don't understand. But he is as good a quarterback that's ever played at Troy University. And he not only threw the ball extremely well this year, but he managed the game. And I think that's a key point in any quarterback's development. So really proud of him. Questions?
You talk about him managing the game. The turnover, ball going over his head, and then he comes back and throws a pick. What was your message to him to kind of get over that?
Well, I mean, the snapping over his head had nothing to do with him. I wish he would have tried to tackle him. I wish he would have done that. I think he threw a block or something. But the pick, it's probably on me as much as it was him. I felt like they were jumping some routes, and we went a double move. And I told him to make a pump fake rather, and I should. My last piece of advice to him as he took the field should have been to hold the safety, and I didn't. So probably on me and the play call as much as it was on him.
Yeah, Coach, maybe it was just me, but it looked like the tempo might have been a little bit quicker, especially in that first quarter. With all the injuries going along, is that something that was the case? And if so, how did it look for you guys?
Well, we tried to do, which in bowl games I think you normally try to, but this necessarily wasn't your normal bowl prep. I mean, we treated this like a bye week that we traveled early, honestly, because, I mean, we had official visits. I mean, I could sit here and talk for couple hours about all the stuff that we've had to do since our Arkansas State game. But we wanted to be different with some presentations on offense, and I thought we did. We came out of the blocks, and we wanted to establish a tempo, which I thought we did. And that's part of Brandon managing the game. We played really well on defense all year, so we hadn't been playing at 100 miles per hour the whole time. But I thought it was important that we got ahead in this game. So I thought the best way to do that, especially in the opening drive, was to play with a lot of tempo.
Yes, Coach Andrew Doak at WWL here in New Orleans. Just wondered if you could put into context what this journey's been like for you. You only have 3 wins before you get there. Get it to 4, get it to 10, get it to 11. Now, first 11-win season, you beat LSU this year. Just what's this journey been like for your program?
Haven't really had a whole lot of time to reflect on it just yet. I think this is a special season without any doubt. When we took this job on December 1st in 2014, we came here knowing what we were getting. Does that make sense? Where I've been here 4 years as an assistant, knew the inner workings of Coach Blakeney's program, had a lot of respect for him. I know why the record wasn't as good. I knew the foundation was firm, and I knew we had good players because I followed them. A lot of good friends on that staff, and then I think anytime you got a quarterback in the program, you got a chance. And I knew there was a quarterback that played as a true freshman and played well at times. So I didn't know how fast it was gonna happen. We had to get the defense fixed, and Vic. Coming on board was critical in that. I think he's as good a defense coordinator as there is in college football. But last year was a little bit of surprise. Not that we went to a bowl game, but the fact that we won 10 games. This year we knew we had a good football team, and then to go out and do it and really only have one hiccup. And if you look at it in every single game, we lose to Boise, we get a touchdown called back. Don't play very well, but we had a chance to win in the fourth quarter. South game, we played as bad as we possibly could play. Still had a chance to win in the fourth quarter. So proud of our guys. I really am. I use that word. I don't use that word a ton, but I am proud. I'm proud of our staff.
Josh, I think it had 2 double-digit carry games this year, and you come out and feed him the ball 22 times tonight. Can you kind of go into the process of the decision on Jordan, and then kind of describe how you thought he played tonight?
Well, Jordan, it was kind of a combined decision. His knee had been bothering him a little bit, and he didn't feel like he was 100%. I didn't feel like it was worth him playing not at 100%. We asked, he tried to do that last year and didn't play very well down the stretch. And then Josh, he started either 3 or 4 of our last 6 games, or last 7 games, excuse me, since the South Alabama game. So a lot of confidence. He's talented. I mean, he's really talented. I don't think football was always one of his top priorities, probably until this year. So he didn't get to showcase his talent or skill level until this season. But probably as good a teammate as we got. If he didn't get so tired, he probably he got shoestring tackled a couple times there in the fourth quarter. But really good player, good skill set. Like I said, he's a plus player. He's gonna have a chance. He'll be in the NFL camp.
Coach, you had some injuries, especially at defensive backs. Did you feel the need to blitz more or substitute more defensive linemen or anything else?
No, what we've been doing for probably the last 3 weeks, I guess, is playing a 6 DB package. We had 2 starters out in the secondary, and we just played some young guys. Marcus Jones got a start at corner. He'd been starting in the nickel. We played Tyler Murray a lot today, and we're excited about his future. We started Melvin Tyus, who started early in the year when Weatherspoon was out, and then we played Darius Wesley, another guy that we're fired up about in his future. So I'm happy that we're not only finishing this season on a strong note, getting to 11-2, but I think we set up ourselves well heading into that 2018 season because so many young guys played in this game and got some confidence.
Most of our game stuff is asked and answered. Got to ask you about rumors about Kenny. Is he coming back?
I'll do this. I'll talk about it, and I'll let Kenny, and he can talk for himself. I'll say this: Kenny Edenfield has done an incredible job here at Troy. 10 years as an assistant coordinator since I left the first time after the 2009 season. A couple of his offenses are among the most prolific in school history. Also a Troy Trojan through and through. Whether he changes shirts or not, he's a Troy Trojan and won a national championship here as a player. And whatever he decides to do, I'm for him. And it's no different than what we talk about with our players. When you have success, people are going to move on, and it's understandable. Disappointed by, you can't sit around because it's a great potential great opportunity for him. Todd Watson had a great opportunity as well, and when he went to Tennessee, and we're going to continue to have those. And we've got to do a good job of searching and developing our staff just like we do our players.
On that first drive, Damian had the 3 big catches. Do you think it's important for somebody who's kind of filling in and picking up the slack for an injured guy to kind of get off to that fast start? Well,
He's not necessarily filling in. He was a starter for a good portion of the year, and I think he was our 3rd or 4th leading receiver. What we did is we knew we were really limited at wideout, so most of our game plan was centered around getting Damian Willis and DeAndre Douglas the ball. So when DeAndre goes out, we hadn't even ran an offensive snap yet, and then John Johnson, it looked like he was going to be out for a little while. Now, John came back and played well in the game. But then we just tried to focus on Damian, and he practiced really well. I thought he'd have a good game. Thought it set up nicely for him.
The defense gives up negative 8 yards rushing.
And that's and they've been a good rushing team too now. Seriously, they really have. Seth schematically does as good a job as anybody in the run game. And you're talking about an offense there that I don't know exactly. Brett may know exactly where they were nationally ranked. Now, they were out without their starting running back, too. I think that's important to note, and he's a player. But our guys did a nice job. And that's that. If you want to know the reason behind two main reasons why we've played so, or 3, there's really 3 that we've played so well in defense. Number 1 is our defensive front has played exceptionally well and dominated at times. All right. Number 2, we stopped the run. And number 3, we've had great red zone defense.
As far as their performance and then getting those turnovers that set up those short fields, did that really flip the game for y'all?
No, it did. It did. Because what it did, Jeremy, that is important as anything that goes unnoticed, it limited our number of plays. Because we were so thin on offense that we probably couldn't have got into a game. We would really struggled if we had to play 85, 90 snaps.
All right, Coach, thank you for your time. Go enjoy, celebrate with your team.
Yeah, thank you all. I appreciate everyone associated with the bowl. And this has been a great experience for our players. And thanks for having us. Y'all have a good night.